All right, let's get up to speed here tonight. I am watching and waiting for all the noble patriots to come flying on tonight. Let's see if we're live. We are. Beautiful. I see it up there. Just waiting for the peeps. Waiting for my peeps. I see some have jumped on. There we are. Hi, John from Lexington, Washington. Good evening, Sue, Aaron, Kara, Adrian, Kim from St. Augustine. Hello, Bo, on Periscope. One of the rare Periscope actual fans and not trolls. Kim from Texas. Michael J. Price from Omaha, Nebraska. Good friend out there. Maine. Hello. Jill from Daytona. Leah in a plane, maybe. Maybe Leah's flying right now. Tuscaloosa, Justin. Hello, Cindy and Misty and Paul from Ontario, Canada. We're going to have some fun tonight. Cortland, New York. My old stomping grounds for a couple years. Orlando, Michelle. Fulton, New York. Kentucky. So the funny part is I didn't cough at all today. So I think it's more at night when I'm starting to wear down towards the end of the night. So I'm going to do my best not to have a coughing fit tonight because it's definitely more towards the evening when I'm winding down. So I've been good all day. None. All day. Hello, Brenda and Betty Jean and Deborah from Virginia. Maureen purchased her first gun. Well done, Maureen. You rock. Roxanne in Austin, Texas. Well done, Maureen. Now go train. Practice. Somebody said humidity. It was 102 degrees here in Florida, and then with humidity, it was probably around 100. I don't know. It was hot. I went out for a little walk to make a phone call, and I was a little sweaty. Okay. Maxine, Ohio. Oprah's on house arrest. It appears to be. I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight. So no one worry about the cough, by the way. The cough is not a big deal. Don't worry. Hey, it's my Uncle Dale Dean. He is the man. Glad you're watching. All my family up in New York. I don't know how you people do it in New York. I really don't. It's crazy. I don't know how you do it in New York. I love all of you, though, and I really love my state of New York. I really do. I told some people I actually, if it was not the way it is right now, if New York was even just a lower tax state, right? Like in Florida, I'm no state income tax. So I pay very low taxes here. I actually get tax money back. So while many of you are paying money out, I get money back. Sorry. But I love New York. And I would actually have a second summer home up there if it wasn't so insane tax-wise. Okay? So, hi, Miss Adalia. I drive Adalia up a wall all day long, but yet I still love her because she's amazing. And she's going to kill me when she sees me tomorrow, and I called her out. Okay. Are you ready? Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, your source for health, freedom, and knowledge. I'm a little pumped up tonight because today was a big friggin' day in the news world, right? Big day. And I have a doctor story for you at the end, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, don't get the COVID test. I'm going to tell you why at the end, okay? So you got to hang out. Sorry, I'm making my camera go in and out. I'm getting a new camera because this one is done. I'm tired of the in and out. This is my webcam I had for a long time, so it's just time for a new cam. So we're going to go full HD, maybe 4K. We'll see. Facebook doesn't support 4K, though, so it will only look like HD to you guys. But anyway, here we go. Are you ready to see something amazing? Charlotte, well done on the 20 gauge shotgun yesterday. Awesome. Charlotte is 68 years old, and she's shooting a 20 gauge shotgun. You rock. And Sohaila's on tonight. I love Sohaila, even though I make her mad sometimes. Here we go. Inside stories, folks. Inside stories. Okay. My practice people are my family. They're my brothers, they're my sisters, and we rock at what we do. We help the world. We're one of the biggest practices on the face of the planet, and we like to keep it that way because we help people get healthy. Let's go to the videotape. Would everyone like to see what I'm going to show you? You are all patriots, and it is time for you to become, let's say, brought into the team. Let's rock and roll. Here we go.
Name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that I will bear. True faith and allegiance. To the same. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties. Of the office. Upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
We do this for a reason. We do this to remind ourselves about what our mission in defending this nation is all about. It's about a legal framework codified in a document, the Constitution of the United States, that has framed this nation for its almost 240 years of existence. That's what we are about. We defend the citizens of this nation and those of our allies and friends around the world, always mindful of the law and the broader nation that we're a part of. And the oath also reminds us about the idea of obligation. That in assuming these responsibilities, the nation is counting on us, and that we realize that in executing these duties, we have an obligation over and above that of many other citizens. Whether it's the nature of the information that we're granted access to, whether it's the nation of the task that we are given. I thank each and every one of you that is both here today, as well as those of you more broadly across the enterprise. Our nation is served, in no small part, by the men and women of NSA, and more broadly, those who serve in a myriad of capacities, literally around the world. So I thank you all very much on behalf of the citizens of this nation for your dedication.
Okay, so if you have not done yet, do me a favor. Actually, this has been asked by many of the Anons. It's been asked by, well, actually, technically, General Flynn, that you need to go and take your oath. I've not had a chance today. Once I'm done here with you, I am doing this oath, and I'm actually putting it up on Twitter. And you might even get queued. If you know what queued means, you might actually end up on Q, because Q will actually pull you on to 8chan, and you might get pulled out. So it's kind of cool. But the reason why, now, obviously we're not officially part of the military. However, you're a digital soldier. If you post, if you put information out there, you are technically a digital soldier, and you are defending the Constitution of the United States. And it's very, very important that you do that. If you haven't done it, go do it. Trust me, all you have to do is, and if you don't have to memorize it, okay? All you have to do is go take a picture of it. So I actually have a picture of mine right here. I will hold it up here later, and then I will record myself giving the oath to the Constitution with my background behind me, and I will post it up there, and then, hey, maybe you'll get queued. But even if you don't get queued, the important part is you are ready to defend the United States of America, because this is a digital information war while our leaders take them down. So now, on top of that, let's get some interesting things going here. So let me show you a picture that might blow you away a little bit. Let's go. Here we go. Ready? This is Trump Las Vegas Hotel. They tweeted this earlier today. Now, I don't know what to say about this other than Trump Hotel is gold. And the tweet is, gold is the standard, but silver linings are pretty great too. So, what does that mean? That means we may very well be headed. There's been a lot of talk about gold and silver recently. And on top of that, silver and gold have been going up in price. Now, they're going to go up after the money stops getting pushed into the economy. Now, the other thing, I've been reading that some stores are saying that they're low on coins and that they don't want people using coins. Now, it's very possible, I'm speculating here based on some of the stuff I've read, it's very possible that they're pulling some of the money supply back in to the treasury. I have to look deeper on this. This is something I just came across like this afternoon tonight, and I haven't had a chance to dive into it super deep. But there's a shortage of coins right now, and if you go Google it, there's tons of articles on the shortage of coins. This goes exactly along with what I've been saying, which is the market's going to skyrocket to the end of the year. We are going to have a raging hot economy up to the election. After the election into the new year, the economy is going to tank. The dollar is going to crash because it is going to be destroyed or given up as the global currency, right? The petrodollar, it's going to collapse. That is where you would actually see the reset. Gold, silver, probably a new monetary system, probably a new money. I've actually seen some copies of new hard money. Hopefully they keep hard money. They will not. First of all, by the way, don't panic. I don't want anyone panicking right now saying, what am I going to do with my money? What am I going to do with my money? What am I going to do? You will know ahead of time what's going to happen, okay? You don't need to do that yet. They will transition the hard money if that's what we end up doing, because there's people with money under their mattresses, right? But this is what is going to happen. The market's going to skyrocket and then it's going to tank. It's going to burst the bubble. I think the president wins the election hands down. Probably the largest ever win. The dollar crashes. The economy takes a dump. And then they put in the gold and silver backed new currency. Now, does this sound like Nasera Jacera? Pretty much. Do I know that's what it's going to be called? No, I do not. But they're pulling coins in. Now, here it comes back to the coin thing. I talked to Fred Deshefsky, right? This is why I don't recommend having bullion. And I know I'm going to get comments, bullion, and not numismatic coins. By the way, I make zero money through Fred. I don't make any money when you guys invest. It's solely, I love helping you guys, and I want people to be in the right thing for their future. That's solely what it's about. I like to educate. I'll make money elsewhere on other things, but I'm not getting a commission on that. I believe in numismatic coins because I have read the information. I understand the education. I've been listening to Fred and his past partner who's passed away, Andrew, for years. And it makes sense. You do not want to lose, right? You do not want to lose your gold. If you have bullion, they have your information. They sold it to you. They have all your information. If they pull the gold in, guess what? You have to put your gold in. If you have bullion, you lose your gold. That simple. If you have a coin, they don't have your information. Your gold, your coins, and your numismatic coins are safe. You do not. No one knows you have them. It's not registered. So, very, very important. Okay. You have to understand that. So yes, the reason I have Fred Deshefsky on off and on is because I want to educate you on gold and silver. That's simple. Gold and silver. If I go back, I haven't done this in a long time, so maybe I'll do another one this week or next week on it, because it was the very beginning of the show when I started doing this. If you go back and start reading this article, right? If you go back and start reading this, the only money the U.S. government has they're allowed to have is coined money, gold and silver, the U.S. Constitution. And then they can make it whatever the Treasury can print, whatever currency they want. Whether that's a rainbow currency or something else, I don't know. This is the law of the land. Okay? So when people ask me why gold and silver, go read your Constitution. I've been saying that since day one, all right? Go read your Constitution. I think I have... sorry, I'm going off camera. Okay, this is actually... I also have a Declaration of Independence here. So, I have my documents. Go read your documents, all right? That's what I need, okay? Now, here's the other thing. I saw something else today that piqued my interest. The President of the United States, if you didn't know, had a little talk or a meeting with the President of Poland, the Republic. Now, I'm going to show you something because I think it's fascinating. I'm going to show you another video that I didn't plan on showing you, but I think it's very interesting, okay? Because I think I saw something that will blow everyone's mind, possibly. So let me take you over to this. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, here we go.
My honor to have a friend of mine here, President Duda of Poland, who has done an incredible job. In our meeting today, President Duda and I reaffirmed the vital alliance between our nations. The American and Polish people enjoy one of the world's oldest, strongest, and most enduring friendships. Our bond has been forged in battle, sealed in blood, and strengthened by our shared cultural values. We're forever united by our shared belief in family, faith, law, liberty, democracy, and justice. The First Lady and I also cherish our remarkable visit to Poland 3 years ago. That was an amazing event. Our alliance is powerful and a very powerful testament to what free people can achieve together, and I believe that the greatness of our relationship lies ahead.
Okay, now I'm going to back this up. Guess what's not there? Now, I don't know if this was on purpose. I don't know if, by the way, Sylvia's on and she's Polish, and I figured she'd enjoy this because it was the Republic of Poland. But look at the flags, guys. Look what's not on the flags. Now, I don't know. Okay. I'll take you back to it in a second. I just literally saw this 15 minutes before it came on. I don't know if there's a specific reason why they use these flags if another president's in, but there's no gold fringe on the flag. Now, I'm not going to jump to conclusions and get super excited yet because I don't know why it's like this, but that would mean that we would have, if the gold goes away, we would have freedom from admiralty law. That means away from the bankers, okay? So I don't fully know, again, if that was supposed to happen, but here's another one. Let me see if I can cut to it. I'm going to cut to the different clips for you. So here's another one when they're walking out, right? I definitely don't see it on the top of the American flag. Again, I don't know if this is because it's another country in town. I'm not positive. Okay, but there's no fringe. There's no fringe. That's simple. By the way, guys, after today, I think I'm dumping live video to Twitter. There it is again. More there. So I don't know. I don't fully know. I just know that for some reason there's not gold fringe there. I have to look that up, but that could be pretty huge, okay? It could be very, very massive. We're going to be looking into that, figuring out what it is, and I'll report back to you guys what I see, but I think that's pretty freaking awesome, okay? Now, here's the next one, okay? Did everyone see what happened this morning with General Flynn? General Flynn has been fully released from the appeal court, and the gag order has been taken off. Now, on top of that, did anyone see the notes that were going around? All right, the notes that were going around. Now, again, I know everyone's excited about the gold fringe, but I don't it's a good sign, but I don't know if it's official yet. I'll wait until I see also the flag behind the president when he speaks by himself, okay? Because that's also a whole other thing. But I at least like the idea that it could be huge, okay? And by the way, honestly, with them talking about gold and silver today and Trump Tower back to gold, silver lining, like that's pretty exciting. I'm not going to lie. Like, they wouldn't just say that for no reason, okay? Now, did you guys see the note that was passed between Strzok and Comey? So I'm going to show you the document so you can see it that they put around, okay? Here we go. Strzok's notes, believed to be of January 4th, 2017, reveal that former President Obama, James Comey, Sally Yates, Joe Biden, and apparently Susan Rice discussed the transcripts of Flynn's calls and how to proceed against him. Okay? Mr. Obama himself directed that the right people investigate General Flynn. This caused former FBI Director Comey to acknowledge the obvious. General Flynn's phone calls with Ambassador Kislyak appear legit. Now, if you tie this to the stuff that came out from Q the other day, this is a big problem for Biden and for Obama. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but let me bring up Q. Okay, I posted originally the thing with Q about President Obama earlier, but then he came out and he re-upped it and he brought out this one. So, the previous President of the United States, okay, legitimate or not, treason and seditious conspiracy, and Joe Biden, that's an interesting middle name, treason and seditious conspiracy. So, my question is, now that this is coming out more and more on Biden and there's some smoking guns, is Biden really suffering from dementia? Or is Biden not stupid and playing the game to sound stupid to get himself out of testifying? Now, keep in mind, he's in a campaign. I believe there's actually rules where they can't go after him now. I don't know that fully, okay? Now, it's also possible that you're seeing a clone of the current Biden who is acting out. Maybe you have an actor that's playing the part. I don't know. And trust me, there are clones. We know that there's so much evidence for that. You can actually look that up, and there's articles talking about all major past leaders that use clones, like presidents, secretaries of state, etc. I don't think Joe Biden is slipping that fast now that I know what's coming out from the FBI and the Department of Justice on what actually is going on. So this is a way for him to get out, to be removed from the whole situation. And that's a bad one. So what is happening? I don't fully know, but I'm telling you right now, I now don't believe Joe Biden at all. I don't believe the little act he's playing. Because if he had this much dementia, I believe they would have sent somebody else up first. The only reason he's in the position right now for president is because I believe it protects him from them going after him. Now, what if there's a few things that could play out here? What if Obama is taken down for treason before the election? I've actually heard all this stuff is going on behind the scenes, and it's all being recorded and it's going to be unleashed after everything is done, because people would be in the streets if you took down Obama and everybody else while it's going on. So let me, I have a couple tracks in my mind here. Let me clarify these. One is he's in the position, so they can't go after him because they know he's one of the weakest points in this whole thing. And the Democrats know that if he is not running for president, that we can go after him. So they're using him as a kind of a stationary spot. Okay. Just to keep him there until everything's happened. The other thing that could be happening is literally he's going crazy, or he has a clone, or they're playing off the dementia thing, or whatever it may be. Now, the other thing is, my camera's going crazy tonight. It's driving me up a wall. The other thing is that I have read that people like Podesta and others have already been sent to Gitmo. That it's very possible that when the boats, Comfort and Mercy and Comfort, when they were in New York and LA, maybe they really were taking on people, shipping them off, but you would not have been able to see it because they don't want people to panic. It's very possible this has been going on the entire time, behind closed doors, under the cover of COVID. Talk about a genius plan if that's correct. That they've already done some executions. They've already got people in prison that are and they're recording everything. And then afterwards, when this is all done, and maybe the election's over or whatever happens, they show us everything, all the testimonies, all the admittance of guilt. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I'm just saying. Because the problem is, if you took down Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or Joe Biden right now in public, you think we have riots right now? You think the riots like a couple weeks ago were bad, or 3 weeks ago were bad? You wouldn't see it. This would be chaos. If you took down the first ever black president, the inner cities would go ballistic. Absolutely. Like, remember, the cities are liberal. The cities are the ones who put Barack Obama into office. They're liberal. It just is what it is. So I'm hoping for that. And then afterwards, we get this big, long thing. Because a lot of people are saying, is there going to be lockdown? The president said, absolutely under no circumstances, there will be no lockdown in America for COVID 2.0. I'm in Florida. The Florida governor also said that. There will be no lockdown. And he will not make mass mandatory statewide. Now, the other interesting thing that I've noticed is, has anybody watched the President Obama, his interviews, or Joe Biden on camera, or when they both were on camera at the same time? What I find fascinating is, what are the chances that both Barack Obama and Joe Biden have IKEA-looking white shelving behind them in camera? And when I'm kind of joking, obviously, but like, it looks like white shelves from IKEA behind them. Like, it's not like presidential at all. It's not vice presidential at all. I have a messy back here because I've taken books off all the time, and like, my background looks a little bit more impressive than their white IKEA shelves behind them. So, are all of these people at Gitmo already in jail and basically playing this thing out because they've been told they have to? Or maybe a clone? Dude, guys, I don't know. This thing gets so crazy. I know. I don't like saying President Obama either. It's just part of the programming because he was a president at one point. Now, but make me laugh. But I don't know what's actually being played out, but that is not only crazy, but unbelievable if that occurred, because like all of these actors who are talking, they have ankle brace looking things on. Now I don't know if it's totally ankle braces, but they have things that look fishy. So for example, on top of that, now we have that Oprah has canceled the rest of her quote unquote in studio work the rest of the year. Now, why? She said it's too dangerous to go outside of COVID. Let me tell you, Oprah Winfrey is full of shit. Oprah Winfrey is a multi-billionaire. Okay? Multi-billionaire. If you think that she is worried because she can't go outside because COVID for the rest of the year, come on. So she canceled her entire rest of the year because she's worried about COVID. Okay? Worried about COVID. That's completely insane. All right? Hey guys, this is what I'm going to do. Here we go. If you are on Periscope right now, do me a favor, head on over to another place, because I am literally, a lot of you guys can't see it, and I'm glad you can't see it, but Periscope brings out a lot of hate, which I will not put up with, so I'm literally shutting off Periscope right now. Periscope just got shut off. Twitter/Periscope just got shut off because I will not put up with the hate. I gave the warning last night. I will not put up with that trash. Okay, so anyway, moving on. That's handled. Okay, go to Facebook or YouTube if you want to see it. That's fine. I'll delete from there. That's not a problem. But Periscope is seeming to be the only ones that bring out idiots. So Ellen, apparently I didn't see the whole Ellen thing. But Ellen, I guess maybe is done for the year. I don't know if it's canceled necessarily. Jimmy Kimmel is done. So I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't, but it's crazy right now, and it's hard to say. Something is going on because there's too much money to be made in Hollywood. There is no way Oprah would just walk away from going to studio stuff and just stay in her house. Even if she did live streaming, it's not worth. There's too much money to be made with her on the road. The same with Ellen. The same with Kimmel. Okay, just wouldn't happen. So something is definitely going on. Does that make sense? I think Tom Hanks in his little short haircut. I think there's something up with that. I'm starting to actually believe a little bit more that this all actually went down a long time ago when we were all freaking out about the original lockdown, and that this whole time they had been cleaning house behind the scenes, and they needed us distracted because they don't need more chaos than we've already had. And so how crazy would it be if, when this is over, we are shown videotape of all the people we thought were great celebrities, I'm not saying great, I'm just saying like people that the public thought were amazing people, are on camera admitting to what they did, and then were either executed or put in prison for life. That would blow everyone's damn mind. I can't even comprehend what that, but I'm telling you, if you asked me this a month ago, I was very skeptical on the whole. I heard news coming in. Trust me, I've been hearing things about this, but I didn't bring it to you guys because I'm like, I don't want to bring a whole bunch of stuff that I don't think is, again, I'm a conspiracy guy, but I also like to have some evidence on stuff. Like 9/11, plenty of evidence. JFK, plenty of evidence. False flags, plenty of evidence. But when you say that you're going to execute people behind the scenes and that maybe Hillary Clinton is already executed and you'll only see the videotape of her explaining what she did, and then she goes bye-bye kind of thing. That's a whole different level of conspiracy, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, next year, in the next couple of years, what would happen if Tesla technology was released on the public and you had free electricity the rest of your life because electricity is a gift? Or we bring back healing technologies and there's no more disease. Or we bring back real money and there's no more taxing people. Tax is theft. Did you know that? Did you know it is unconstitutional to tax the American public? The problem is you can try to fight it, but you'll spend so much money in court fees and legal fees that it's not worth it. So for example, like I pay a crap load of money out in taxes every year between myself, my wife, business, payroll taxes, because I have lots of employees. A lot of money goes out. Now, I could say the Constitution says that I can't be taxed. I could fight that battle. My wife would slap me because why would I spend money on something that I can't do? So our mindset is just to be more successful, create more resources, pay the tax, deal with it, make them happy, keep them over there, and just keep building a successful empire and build prosperity. Because you'll go through so much pain and agony and loss of money just fighting it. It's not worth it, right? Unfortunately, it really is the case. But imagine all of that gone. Imagine payroll tax gone. Imagine the IRS, which the IRS is not. Did you know the IRS is not an American organization? The IRS is part of the International Monetary Fund. It's part of the major central bank. The IRS has actually no jurisdiction over us whatsoever. But through fear of jail, fear of penalty, we still pay our taxes because we don't want anything bad to happen. That's the slavery all of us have been under. That's not a color of a skin slavery. That's not a religion slavery. That's not a spiritual slavery. Well, it is a spiritual slavery, but it's not it's a mental slavery. Every single one of us, white, black, yellow, purple, green, Asian, African, anybody who is in the U.S. legally right now is under monetary slavery, which is actually the worst slavery because they keep you mentally enslaved and you can't get out of it. That's how horrible the central bank, Rothschild, Federal Reserve, Queen, top of the pyramid system is. You're in the matrix. I guess I'll go back to doing some probably shows on this as well to kind of remind everybody, because I know we can get distracted sometimes by things like NASCAR and celebrities and what's going on. But ultimately, we have been brought into slavery through a fake money system and taxes. The IRS, payroll taxes, federal income tax, state income tax. All of these things are a form of slavery. This is what they have put on us, and we didn't agree to it because in 1913, when this went through Congress, they pushed this through behind the scenes. You didn't agree to it. I didn't agree to it. They did it in a criminal way, and we deserve our republic back. Does that make sense? Does everyone get that? And can you imagine if we have left admiralty law? Imagine if the fringe is really off the flag. Imagine if they're pulling money in to create a new treasury note that is going to be backed by gold and silver. Let me tell you. And do you realize how much money has been stolen from us? You know, when I talked about this briefly months ago, was a lot of people were very upset about the stimulus and saying, well, it's socialism. They're printing money and giving it to you. They're printing money and giving it to you. It's not really your money. They're just printing it. It's adding more to the debt. The debt can't be paid for, guys. we're over $30 trillion now. You cannot pay for that debt. The whole point of Federal Reserve central bank slavery is you will never be able to pay for the debt. That's the whole point. So if you're willing to print some money because the deep state tried to take down the economy with a fraudulent virus, right? And now you have about 20 million people out of work. Yes, I do not disagree with printing some money and making sure people can survive, because guess what? None of us, as an American, I am all about working hard, getting educated, and making your own way. I am not a believer in welfare. I'm a believer in if someone falls, on some bad times, that yes, there can be some assistance, but only on the condition that you're still working to get another job back. You don't get to stay on government assistance. That's not what it's for, right? So when people are thrown out of their jobs because something out of their control happened, I am not against, at this moment in time, the president creating money out of thin air that's already created out of thin air. It doesn't matter. Let's just make some more. It's already unlimited, to keep people on their feet. I don't want people starving. I don't want people losing their homes. The ones who are working before that, absolutely not. Why should someone lose their home when they've been working very hard to keep that and make a living? So in this time where we are going through the most historic situation we've ever seen, then there's sometimes we have to do things like print money, and they stole it from us to begin with. It's not even real money. So yes, print some money to take care of some people, as long as it's short term, and then we get back on our feet, they get back on their feet, we restore the system, and then everyone gets back to work, and then you earn your living. That's what it's supposed to be. And then we have a small system that if someone falls on bad luck and is working for it, they can have some assistance possibly, under the condition they have so much time and they have to be looking for a job and creating something, and then when they're back on it, they go off the assistance. That's actually how it's supposed to work. And in long term, if you make enough money, you can put enough aside so that if you do make a mistake or something happens, you can live on that. That's what that's for, right? Does that make sense? Wonderful. Now, last thing I'm going to go into tonight is, if you are not on, actually, let me show you two more things, okay? If you're not on Parler, does everyone know what Parler is? Parler. Let me show you what Parler is. If you're not on Parler, get over on Parler, okay? So this is Parler. This is my page on Parler. General Flynn told us to get over on Parler today, as well as many others, because they are going to be floating over to Parler. It is a free-thinking, open voice, just like Twitter, okay? So this is my Parler. I'm still building people and getting people up on it, but this is my Parler, okay? So obviously I have more to pull in, but do please get over. Fauci. Okay. There's some really good people over here. Again, I am not here full time. I am still on Twitter and Facebook and everything else full time, but I'm here, okay, to be, there you go. I'll leave it right there. How's that? Okay. I am over here for the time being until Twitter goes down. Guys, I still do believe that there's going to be a social media, some sort of social media type blackout, okay? My name, people are asking for my name. My handle, as they call it, is at Dr. Jason Dean, right here. Okay? There's my handle. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit for you guys. There you go. Go find me on Parler. It's the same, it's the same concept as Twitter. No different, except this is open voice, free. You're allowed to say whatever you want to. They don't hold anything down, etc. Okay? Now, this is my last thing for the night. If you have not seen this, I want you to watch, okay? Here we go. Does anyone see this woman? I think she's a woman. She could be a little girl. I don't know. But here you go. How much are you willing to fight back? Listen to this woman and tell me if you're willing to do what she's going to do.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people. And we the people are waking up, and we know what citizen's arrest is, because citizen's arrests are already happening, okay? And every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity. Every single one of you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot escape God. I'm going to say that again. You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet. Okay? 6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get the people to train them, so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We got to get scanned. We got to get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy? I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now, because none of you know what the hell you are all talking about. This is insane. And then you want to open this meeting with a prayer to God. Are you praying to the devil? Because God is not listening to that prayer, because all of you are practicing the devil's laws. What happened to Bill Gates? Why is he not in jail? Why is Hillary Clinton not in jail? Why are all of these pedophiles that are demanding you all to listen to their rules? Why are they not in jail? Oh, is it because you're part of them? Are you part of the deep
Your
state?
time has expired.
The deep state is going down. And if
this is
any
your
of you
last
are
warning.
in the deep state, you're going down with it. You literally cannot
She's tremendous. I found her on Twitter. She's another one of my friends posted it. I found it. I went to watch it, and I had to show it to a couple of my staff members because it was great. If you go over to my Twitter, you'll find it. I posted it on Facebook as well. You'll find it. It's 1:47, and you will love it, okay? And this is what I always say. What have I been preaching about? What have I been preaching about? Wherever you are, what are you willing to do to fight? What are you willing to do? You know, and this, I posted it on my Facebook. Are you a keyboard warrior? Do you just post all day long? Because if you're just posting all day long and you're not carrying out action, right? Let me tell you, if you go over to Twitter and you find the person that originally posted this woman is getting destroyed on Twitter. They're calling her crazy. They're calling her anti-vaxxer. They're calling her horrible things. That was in Florida. I don't know which part of Florida. I'm looking it up. They were calling her horrible things on Twitter because of her speaking out. That woman took essentially her life in her hands. She will now forever live in internet infamy because she's going to be considered the crazy woman. But you know what? She took the risk. She knows what her country is worth to her. She may have kids. She understands the value of her freedom. And she went in front of a city hall and she was willing for 1:50 to speak absolute truth. Defend herself, defend her family, her community, her nation. She did in less than 2 minutes what I see people every day not doing at all. If you feel so inclined that she did something and you feel bad because you haven't been doing it, then you better get your ass up and you better go do something. Whether it's, you can go to your local city hall. That's fighting back. You can get on a plane, go to a rally. Go to a local rally. I had a patient the other day tell me she went to a rally in New York. I said, wonderful. That's fantastic. You have to be willing to go to battle. Now, that doesn't mean physical battle. That could mean emotional, spiritual battle. Do you think this woman, she stuck her neck out? Do you think that they're going to look at her in a positive way after that? No. She is going to be outcasted in her own community. And you know what? She was willing to do that for freedom. People need to wake up and understand exactly what is happening. They need to be willing to go do something about it. Okay? So I already put, you don't need a link. I already posted on my Facebook page. You can go there. Don't worry. The trolls came over from Periscope to Facebook. You can just tell them to knock it off. I'll block them later. It's not a big deal. Okay? But you have to be ready to go. Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Now, I am not saying that we're going to die, but the mentality that they had was that death was nothing. Death was nothing to them. They were so possessed and obsessed and adamant about liberty that they would take death if they couldn't have liberty. Give me liberty or give me death. That's what Patrick Henry said. This woman was willing to go out there, she just put her character, her reputation on it. That woman, if she has a job, she can lose her job for doing that. But she's willing to do that for everybody. So you have to make sure, you have to check yourself. Guys, don't worry about the troll. I'll delete them out. I'll block afterwards. They're being stupid. It happens. Guess what? I am a public figure. They can go screw themselves. It is what it is. I understand it happens. I will just get louder. I will shout them down if I have to. I don't need to shout them down. I'm just going to keep telling the truth. And truth always outweighs what they're doing. So it is what it is, okay? Now, my last thing for tonight that I wanted to tell you. I had you guys stay on because I want to show you, or I want to talk to you about the COVID tests. Please know, yes, I know the bigger it gets, the trolls will come in. So Susan, absolutely. It's an honor that trolls are willing to come over and do this, because clearly, obviously, we're making an impact. So moving on, right? Now, the COVID test, right? The COVID test. If you do not have to take this test, don't. First of all, false positives are upwards of 80%. False positives upwards of 80%. All right, that's the first point. Now, I heard, so there's a doctor that I know. I'm not going to tell you where this doctor is. A doctor is a distant friend of mine. I have a friend of mine who had a conversation with the doctor because we're all friends. This is the deal on the tests. Why are tests going up? Why are positives going up right now? Here you go. This is why. And this is literally in the last week. When you take the COVID test, you're taking two different tests in one. All right? The first test you're taking is if you're positive or negative for COVID right now. The other part of the test is for the COVID antibody test. Okay? It's all the same test, but it's being done in one. If you test positive for COVID, all of your information and the positive tests go to the state and the government, national government, federal government, okay? From what I understand. Becomes health information. Think about that. Your records should be private. This is not private, okay? So it goes there. All right? The second test that comes in it, second test is the COVID antibody test. If you test for the if there are COVID antibody tests in you, guess what happens? You are registered and recorded as being positive for COVID, even though you're not. That information and your health information also goes to probably local, state, and national government, federal government. Okay, so you have to understand, if you test positive for it or you just test positive for the antibody test, you will be reported with your medical and health and your personal information. But if you test positive for antibodies, meaning you had it and it's over with and gone and you're fine and you're healthy, they are going to record you as being positive for COVID so they can push the numbers up. CDC, guys, that's the CDC. And yes, the positive tests have been upwards of 80% false positive. All right? Just so you know. Does that make sense, guys? I want you to be aware of that, because this is the dangerous world that we are headed into right now, that we have to know what is going on with our stuff, okay? Okay. I will take just a couple minutes of questions because it's coming up on an hour. I'm actually going on here to look and find out if I can get rid of some trolls here. So keep going. Keep going, and I'll see if I can find them. I'll probably have to find them afterwards, but not a big deal, okay? Who has questions? I have a couple minutes of questions. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking for questions. I'm also blocking people, so it's all right. Let's see. Can an employer mandate COVID test like my work is doing? That's it. I get an attorney on that one. My personal opinion. I'll get rid of the trolls. I'll deal with them. Yes, I know who it is. How do I recommend getting copper into my diet? Message me and we'll handle. Thermography is great. Whoever asked for thermography. Yes, thermography is great. Well, I know a little bit about Isaac Cappy. I don't know a lot about him. I know that he was hung on the doorknob, which is an Illuminati thing. And he was speaking out about Pizzagate, pedophilia, etc. Yes. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for questions, and I'm watching to block because I know who it is. So not a big deal. It's okay. I already shared the girl speaking. Yes, I shared her. She's on my Facebook page. She's there. Okay. Let's see. Did Cappy jump off a bridge? I don't remember. I might be mistaking him with the other ones who hung themselves supposedly with the scarf on the doorknob. I don't know every single one of them what they did. I just know about them. Cappy Bridge jumped off a bridge. Okay. He definitely didn't. He definitely didn't do it on his own. Let's just say that. Let's see. What causes dry spots on face like eczema? A lot of parasites. Eczema is always metals, parasites, chemicals. Never fails. Message me, we'll handle it, okay? Okay, good. Yes, jumped off. Red light therapy is good. We do laser therapy in our office. Red light therapy is fantastic. There are mask rules in Florida by the way, Orange County in Florida, which is where Orlando is, they got sued. I believe they got sued for the mask order. It didn't get dropped, but they can't enforce it. So that happened. Yes, Sasha is coming. We're getting the scheduling all set up. Sasha Stone is coming. We're just getting the scheduling handled, okay? Tomorrow night I have Carrie Kasem. We'll probably do the full hour on Carrie because we have a lot of information to talk about. She's from the Red Pill Podcast. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff you guys want to talk about. So be here for that because Carrie is amazing, okay? Good. Tomorrow afternoon, I have John Perkins, the economic hitman. I will have him at 2 o'clock Eastern time, all right? Let's see. Psoriasis. I I can tell you parasites for almost everything. Psoriasis, without a doubt, is parasitic. Anytime you have any scaly or rashy skin, there's parasites and chemicals involved. You did not miss my RH negative. I have a book and this stack of pages to go through for RH negative. So I'm having it this week, okay? It'll be no later. I don't want to tell you a date. It's going to be this week. I'll just say that, okay? So I will put out a promo for it, okay? Because I know everyone wants to see it so much. I will put a promo out for RH negative so you know when it's coming, okay? There it is. Okay. Good. I'm looking more questions. You can bug me about, keep bugging me about RH negative. I don't mind being bugged. Trust me. Sometimes I miss things. So I'm more than happy to be bugged by you, okay? Amalgam fillings. They are mercury. You want them out. Absolutely want them out. Can you get rid of visceral fat? Sure. Why not? Keto. Burn your fat. Let's see. Walking issues and balance. That could be many things. We check for that. We find out why it's happening. I work with everybody. I work with people from all over the world now. I have Australian patients. I have UK patients. I have US patients. I think we have Croatia patients everywhere. So no worries there. You guys have good questions. I love it. I'll talk about blood types. I am not a huge fan of, like, quote unquote, the blood type diet. I'm not going to go into that tonight. I don't think it's bad. David Rodriguez is getting rescheduled. Yes. I have to work my schedule with their schedule. So sometimes it takes a little time to actually get it all kind of ramped up. So usually we're all really busy. So we're trying to find the right times. Okay. One more question, because then I got to run. I don't. Okay. Here's the good thing. Calories. Do I count calories? To an extent. I don't care about calories that much unless you're getting too few. I care more about macros. I care about nutrient-dense foods. I care that you're getting nutrition into your body. Whole foods, that you're taking in whole foods. I care about protein levels, fat levels, and carb levels. That's what I care about. If you have your fat protein levels through the roof and doing really well, and carbs down, you're going to do well, and your calories will balance themselves out. You can eat, so I always use this. You can eat 500 calories. Now, this is not real, but you can eat 500 calories of broccoli and 500 calories of a Big Mac. Same amount of calories. Are they both going to do the same thing? No. The broccoli is not going to hurt you. It's not going to throw weight on you. It's not going to make you feel bad. The Big Mac is going to destroy you. Okay? What about, like, say, 500 calories of a Big Mac and 500 calories of a ribeye, grass-fed ribeye? Which one do you think? Do you think those 500 calories are the same in both? Absolutely not. 500 calories of Big Mac, along with toxicity, chemicals, pesticides, etc. Bad. 500 calories of a fatty ribeye, loaded with nutrients. Your body knows what to do with it. Does that make sense? So, yes, I will monitor calories, but I'm more focused on the protein, fat, carb, macros, and then nutrient density coming in. Okay? That's why I love working with people, because I coach them all the way through everything. Okay? I make sure that they are winning at all time. Okay? Good. Awesome. So I have just blocked the troll that said that he will see me tomorrow, which is not true, because if he sees me tomorrow, he will see a gun. It's that simple. Okay? He has been blocked, so that's not a problem. That's over with. Good. So the last thing I did tonight was I blocked somebody and got rid of him. So there you go. Guys, have a wonderful, fantastic evening. I hope you guys do awesome. Having a wonderful week. Have a great day tomorrow. Go help somebody. Go take care of somebody. Be well. Be happy. Help our fellow man. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, signing off. Have a wonderful, is it Wednesday night? Yeah, Wednesday night. Take care, you guys. Bye.